Painted Stork, scientific name Mycteria leucocephala, বাংলা নাম রাঙা মানিকজোড় অথবা সোনা জংঘা। The painted stork is a large wading bird found in parts of Asia, particularly in the Indian subcontinent. These birds are known for their striking appearance with black and white feathers on their wings, a bright pink or orange bill, and a distinctive splash of pink feathers on their chest. Painted storks are social birds that typically live in large colonies, sometimes numbering in the thousands. They nest in trees near water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and wetlands. They primarily feed on fish and other aquatic creatures, which they catch by wading through shallow waters and using their long, pointed bills to spear their prey. Painted storks are dependent on wetlands for their survival, as these habitats provide them with both food and shelter. Wetlands are typically areas of land that are covered with water either seasonally or permanently, and they include various types of environments such as marshes, swamps, and bogs. Some of the most important wetlands in India are the Sundarbans, a vast mangrove forest located in the delta of the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and Meghna rivers in West Bengal. Chilika Lake and Mangalajodi, a large brackish water lagoon on the east coast of India in the state of Orissa. Keoladeo National Park, Bharatpur, is a wetland and bird sanctuary located in the state of Rajasthan. Keoladeo is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is home to over 350 species of birds. Gajoldoba Wetland is a freshwater wetland located in the Jalpaiguri district of West Bengal, India. It is situated at the confluence of two rivers, the Tista and the Neura. Despite their striking appearance and social nature, painted storks are considered a vulnerable species due to habitat loss and degradation. Wetland destruction, pollution, and human disturbance are major threats to their populations. Conservation efforts are underway to protect their habitats and promote their survival. Painted storks are social birds that typically live in large colonies where they engage in courtship behavior and mate during the breeding season. The mating and pairing process is an important part of the stork's reproductive cycle, which ultimately leads to the growth and development of their offspring. The breeding season for painted storks typically begins in the winter months, and mating pairs will engage in a variety of courtship behaviors to attract each other. This may include bill clapping, wing displays, and vocalizations. Once a pair has formed, they will build a nest together, typically in a tall tree near a water source. The female stork will lay a clutch of 2 to 5 eggs, which both parents will take turns incubating for around 30 to 35 days. Once the eggs hatch, both parents will work together to feed and care for their young. The chicks are born helpless and naked and rely completely on their parents for food and warmth. As the chicks grow, their parents will continue to provide them with food, typically regurgitating partially digested fish and other aquatic creatures into their mouths. The chicks will stay in the nest for around 50 to 60 days, gradually growing stronger and more independent. Once they are fully fledged, they will leave the nest and begin to explore their surroundings on their own. The painted stork is a piscivorous bird, which means that its primary diet consists of fish. They have a remarkable capacity to catch and store fish in their bills. The painted stork have a specially designed pouch or gular sac located at the base of their throat that allows them to store large quantities of fish. Painted storks have long, powerful legs that are adapted for wading through water and mud. While wading in shallow water, painted storks use their legs to stir up the mud and create a disturbance in the water. This helps to flush out small aquatic creatures such as fish and frogs, which the storks can then capture and consume. While hunting, painted storks wade through shallow water and use their long, pointed bills to spear fish. Once they catch a fish, they quickly toss it into their gular sac. Research has shown that painted storks have a remarkable ability to regulate the size of their gular sacs based on the size of the fish they catch. For example, if they catch a large fish, they will stretch their gular sac to accommodate it. If they catch a small fish, they will only partially inflate their gular sac to store it. This allows the stork to store multiple fish at once, which it can then swallow one by one. Overall, the painted stork's gular sac allows it to catch and store a large amount of fish, which it can then consume at its leisure. This unique adaptation helps the stork to survive in its aquatic habitat and compete for food with other fish-eating birds. Painted storks, like many other bird species, feed their young by regurgitating food into their mouths. During the breeding season, adult storks catch fish and other small aquatic creatures which they bring back to their nests to feed their chicks. Like many other bird species, they are protective of their offspring and will defend them from potential predators and competitors, including other birds that may try to steal their food. This is especially important during the chick rearing period, when the young storks are vulnerable and dependent on their parents for food and protection. If another bird, such as a crow or egret or even other painted stork chicks, attempts to steal food from the stork's nest or baby, the adult storks will usually respond aggressively, either by chasing the intruder away or engaging in physical combat. When it's time to feed their young, the adult stork will regurgitate a small amount of partially digested food into the chick's open mouth. The chicks have specialized adaptations in their beaks that enable them to grasp and manipulate the food from their parents. They have a small hook on the tip of their beak that helps them to grip onto the food, as well as a soft spongy tissue in their mouth that allows them to swallow the partially digested food. As the chicks grow older and become more independent, they may start to leave the nest to explore and catch their own food. However, the parents continue to provide them with food until they are able to fully fend for themselves.
We can observe now how painted storks feed their offspring. The infant is expressing hunger and appealing to its mother for nourishment. The mother stork arrived with food for her young, but she was cautious and waiting for the right moment. Meanwhile, an egret was also seen in the vicinity, possibly waiting to steal the fish. The mother stork is attempting to vomit the fish, which the baby stork will consume as a source of food. Let's witness another beautiful moment of the mother painted stork sharing food with her baby, showcasing their strong bond. It's truly a sight to behold. The infant is expressing hunger and appealing to its mother for nourishment. The mother stork arrived with food for her young, but she was cautious and waiting for the right moment. Immediately after swallowing, it resumed its request for more fish.
Overall, the painted stork's mating, pairing, and baby cycle is an important part of the species' reproductive success. By working together and dedicating themselves to their offspring, stork parents are able to raise healthy, strong chicks that will one day go on to continue the cycle of life. Feeding their young is an important part of the painted stork's breeding cycle, and parents will work tirelessly to ensure that their chicks have enough food to grow and thrive. We would appreciate it if you could share our videos with your friends and family and also consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you.